Hey guys, it's Amy Alex. Sorry, I've been gone for so many days. I was literally sick. So don't you hate when you're sick and you get thrown off of your entire normal schedule and you have to crawl your way back into it? So I am just now getting around to doing a video after like a week and a half or 2 weeks. And I almost didn't do it because I didn't feel good today, but it was for a different reason. Okay, so I am back to talk about an episode of Rick and Morty. I'm on season 1, episode 2. It's called Lawnmower Dog. I need to stop doing that in my video. It's like I'm choking on my own tonsils. Okay, so I have on my list of what happened in the episode today. So the episode, of course, is called Lawnmower Dog, season 1, episode 2. Already said that. So Morty and the family have a dog called Snuffles or Snowflake. There he is. Snuffles or Snowflake. And the dog starts peeing, and Jerry gets so mad. The dog starts peeing literally everywhere, and Jerry's like, okay, Rick needs to do something about this. So he calls Rick in the room and he's like, you need to make this dog smart or I'm grounding Morty. And so Rick goes on to put a helmet on the dog and the dog becomes really smart. And the whole, oh my God, he's saying, I love lasagna. Oh my God, he's saying, I love Obama scene comes out. Okay, so moving on. While that's going on, because it is a sitcom, there's always two situations in one sitcom. Rick makes this advice where you can incept people's dreams. So him and Morty are going to go incept his teacher named Mr. Goldenfold. He's going to incept Mr. Goldenfold's dreams, Rick and Morty, so that Morty can make good grades, so that Morty can keep going on adventures with Rick. Which this is already getting, so rabbit hole-y after 2 episodes. So, Rick and Morty go into Mr. Goldfold's house, break in, and they're going to go into his dreams. His dreams, it first starts off in a airplane, and while he was asleep in real life, he was watching some show about Mrs. Pancakes, and then he falls asleep and he's on an airplane with the lady named Mrs. Pancakes, and she's the airline attendant. Here's Mrs. Pancakes right here. Mrs. Pancakes right there. And so then what happens next? And then Rick and Morty act like they're going to do an explosion on the plane, and then they don't expect for Mr. Goldenfold to start pulling out some guns and just start blowing at him. So they're like, okay, so we're not going to survive this. So then they incept Mrs. Pancake's dream, because if they go into a different dream, then time goes slower. So they're trying to save themselves time. They go into Mrs. Pancake's dream, which is a person inside of a dream's dream. So it's just like super rabbit hole-y. It turns into this like sex dungeon weird fantasy dream that the teacher, Mr. Goldenfold, is hidden deep, suppressed in a person in his dream's dream. And Summer is there, and she has on lingerie, which is an iconic scene, and it's kind of, creepy because she is the older sister, but whatever. And Rick and Morty are like, get that away from me. We don't want to see you like that. Then they incept a half horse, half man centaur inside so they're in the teacher's dream. They go inside of a girl's dream inside the teacher's dream. Then they go into the sex dungeon, which is the second round of dreams. Then they go inside somebody else's dream, inside the dream. They go into the centaur's dream in the sex dungeon, and he has a Freddy Krueger dream. And that's where you meet that guy who's like Freddy Krueger. What's his name? Let's see. Oh, I'm Scary Terry. You can run, but you can't hide, bitch. You can run, but you can't hide, bitch. And he says bitch over and over. He's an iconic character. Terry. Scary Terry. Right here. Ugly as a mug. So now they're inside, the centaur's dream, inside the dream, inside the dream. And it's a scary place. Meanwhile, while all that's going on, their dog is getting smarter and it is wearing a bigger helmet than what Rick had originally put on. And now it's starting to do like some Stephen Hawking type stuff, like talking with a computer and everything. Okay. And then here is how it evolves. It evolves into this. That is a huge costume, or not costume, rope. That's a huge body extension that the dog is wearing. And now it is, smarter than humans. They're inside Scary Terry's dream, and he's in high school, and he's getting made fun of by some girls. I can't get that to focus. But he's getting made fun of by some girls, and then his teacher is like really mean. And like this is what Scary Terry's dream. So we're inside a dream, inside a dream, inside a dream, inside a dream, inside a dream. I think 4 or 5. We're in Scary Terry's dream. There is Scary Terry's teacher, whom thinks he's an idiot. And that's what he dreams about. He dreams about not having any pants in class and having this scary teacher. So the Scary Terry guy is scared of his teacher in high school. And these are honestly dreams that I have dreams about. Like missing pants in high school. And then Rick and Morty give him his missing pants so that so that he doesn't get made fun of at school. And and then they tell the teacher off and the teacher just walks out, which that part made me bust up laughing. This teacher, Rick and Morty basically cuss him out. Crap, sorry, I can't get my phone to work right. Rick and Morty basically cuss this dude out. And he leaves the classroom, which that part is so funny. And then they tell the teacher off, and then they give him a pair of pants, so he's like, wins in his dream. He wakes up to find Rick and Morty, and he's like, hey, I love you guys. Anything you guys need, and just why would they be there? Just hanging out with him at his house when he wakes up. And then he helps them get out of a dream, because they got stuck in the middle of all that. They got stuck in a little girl's dream. I forgot about that part. They got stuck in another little girl's dream, and they were just looping into the same dream, so they realized they were stuck. So they had to get Terry's help, Scary Terry's help, to be able to get out of it. And eventually Scary Terry gets him out of dream. And then like Rocket launches into the teacher Goldenfold and says, something along the lines of, this is for not giving Morty good grades. So Mr. Goldenfold wakes up and he says, I'm giving Morty good grades. And that's an original thought. So Rick and Morty got what they wanted, of course, as always. All the dogs end up looking like this when they come back. And they all the dogs just jump in a portal and they go live on a planet together where they can be dogs together. This is where when Morty comes back and he finds his dog Snowball as evolved. And he's like, Morty, you can come sit next to me and be my best friend forever. But then Jerry cries. And he's like, that was just like the end of Old Yeller, which is my favorite line in the whole thing. So that's about it. I'm going to get better at telling these. This is still just practice YouTube for me. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. And follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter because I have no followers on Twitter yet. Thank you. Bye.